Tell us how you feel about that performance tonight and coming away with the win.
I felt great. I wanted to go out there. Of course, everybody wants to see a great knockout, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. Went out there, just felt like, first round, feeling him out. I knew he was going to go for the takedown, so I tried to keep it standing, so just try to pick him apart.
Was any of it maybe just giving too much respect to your opponent in the beginning there?
Yeah. I mean, Cote's he's a veteran, man. He's fought some of the best. Anderson Silva went 3 rounds with Anderson, fought Tito Ortiz, and he's a tough guy. I went out there. I knew he wanted to throw the big right hand, so I was kind of waiting for it a little bit, trying to counter him, and ended up just kind of looking at each other.
Well, you've come quite a long way in your ground game. You were able to fend off some of those takedowns. How did you feel about that aspect of your game tonight?
Oh, it felt great. I knew if he did shoot for my legs that my takedown defense was good enough to keep him away. I kind of knew that's what he wanted to do for this, so I just kind of tried to keep my stance low. He ended up getting the leg, but I worked good position and ended up defending him off.
How important is it for you to work on things like your ground game? Because it's kind of foolish for anybody to stand and trade with you at this point, right?
There's a lot of heavy hitters at 170, but that's my thing. Everybody knows that striking's my deal, my baby, but it's crucial. You're not going to be able to make in this game if you don't.
So how far have you feel like you've come, and how much more do you feel like you have to improve?
Oh, I'm always working on religiously. I'm not saying I'm the best at it, but I'm still working on it, and I got great coaches, Coach Tom, my wrestling coach, my jiu-jitsu coach, Carlos Machado, everybody upstate karate. So right now, I feel great.
I've heard that you've wanted a rematch with Matt Brown. Is that still on your mind?
Well, everybody says that. I mean, I wouldn't mind. He's a great fighter, and I thought we put on a really good show, and, I know he's kind of up there now, so I got to work my way up. But if it happens, it happens, and whoever UFC puts in front of me, I'm ready to go.
I've heard you've also been training with Chris Weidman quite a bit and working with him in his camp since before the Lyoto fight. How was that for you, and how much has that helped you progress?
Man, tremendously. Working with the champion, Chris Weidman, is huge. I mean, he's not just a great fighter, but a great guy, great family guy. And even though when we spar, when he goes to take you down, you're going down, but it definitely helps you out in this division. I mean, having somebody that strong going for your legs, there's not going to be a 170 that strong.
You mentioned about Patrick. You knew he was going to be throwing a certain strike, and you were just kind of waiting for it. Was there anything, do you think, that you really wanted to get out there that you've been working on and training the last couple of months, and you were just a little cautious of throwing it as well?
I'm always working on my striking, and my ordeal was to go out there and just counter strike him. But he just wasn't throwing as much as I thought he was going to do for me to do that. So I got to kind of stick my jab out there to get him to throw so I can counter him. But I ended up getting the knockout, and I didn't end up getting the knockout. But sometimes fights end up that way. You go out there, wanting to put on a great show, and then it's just like, ugh.
Do you like to look forward? Maybe I know there's a big welterweight fight in Stockholm next week as the main event. Gunnar Nelson, Rick Story. Is that something you're kind of looking towards?
I think that would be cool to get on that card. But I got some throbbing pain happening right now and some injuries, and I just kind of want to get it, get those healed up and looked at before I even think about another fight.
You mentioned obviously when we chatted earlier in the week about your respect for Patrick, obviously a veteran of the game. Did you manage to get a word with him after the fight?
Oh yeah, definitely. We gave each other a hug after we did some training together. Before I even started MMA, we sparred together a little bit at TriStar, but that was kind of last I've seen from him. But we got to chat then, and he's a good guy, and a lot of respect for him.